We are just 10 days away from Christmas. Just 10 days away from Christmas. And tonight I have with me a friend who has probably been counting down to this moment since mm, last December 25th. She may have started her countdown to Christmas for this year. She loves this time of year. This season is when she thrives and revives. And so I could not have this countdown to Christmas series without her. Her name is Brittany Turner. She is a speaker, a writer, a teacher, a mom. She loves gathering women and teaching them. She has three girls and just added a boy. And we were just chatting about how boy energy is different. And if you're watching in the comments, you see that my boy energy has already showed up here. So help me welcome Brittany Turner to the countdown.
I'm excited to be here. I feel like I'm late in the countdown because, I started way before everybody else.
Okay. You probably had 3 digits on your Christmas countdown.
No, for real. Like I wake up in Christmas morning and I'm like, oh, the countdown starts over. Like my mom's birthday is the day after Christmas. So I celebrate hers, but I'm secretly like, I started it all over. I'm back at 300.
So, okay, let's start with when did your you love Christmas?
So I wish I could say that my love for Christmas comes out of like Christmas was always magical. It probably just comes out of trauma I've discovered over the years. So my family dynamic, my parents know, like it was just tumultuous, but Christmas was like this like very nice pause on craziness in life. So I can honestly trace back my love for Christmas and like when I can honestly remember it becoming a thing to high school. Like I love Christmas like any kid, but I think it became like my time of year probably about sophomore year of high school because it was right around Christmas that I actually attempted suicide. And so we spent the Christmas after that with a lot of like together time for my family. And some of my most fondest memories of like singing carols with my siblings and stuff like that came out of that season. So ever since then, it's just like Christmas is a natural comforting mechanism. So when everybody's like, oh, let's enjoy the holiday, for me, it's more of like, this is the one time of year where everybody's, for the most part, majority of people are generous. Like there's extra giving. Mm-hmm. It's like, Jesus gets sprinkled over everybody and everybody starts acting like him, even people who won't profess him. It's just the freedom to like celebrate and enjoy and relax and snuggle and all the things. And I just wish that existed all year round.
Yes. Yes. I know that sometimes there's a debate about like, when can you start decorating for Christmas? People have their ideas of what time. Like I am definitely an after Thanksgiving person.
Yes, you are.
Said that. But every time I profess that, I say, but Brittany, you do you.
Yes. See, I appreciate that. There's some people like my sister's birthday, depending on the year, can fall. Her birthday is November 25th. So it can fall sometimes on Thanksgiving or like right after. She's like, we got to get through my birthday before we do Christmas. And I'm like, man, we can stop for your birthday and resume. Like, I don't. She's like, what about Thanksgiving? I'm like, technically the food is eaten twice over. So really, do we need to? Nah, we can just sweep it all together. But I appreciate it that you let me be me because you'll be like, Brittany, you're already singing the Christmas songs. It's July. And I'm like, Christmas in July,
Yes.
September, yes. I'm like cranking up. And then everybody else shows up in like now October, post-pandemic, everybody's showing up in October at this point. Like
October was a whole Christmas vibe.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. People were fully in. Like it was like people were like, it's before Halloween, but after Halloween, people were in. Like
Mariah Carey like made it a ding. I'm like, okay, oh my gosh, okay.
But you know why? Like them royalties.
It's financial, yeah.
Right. She's like, I mean, I love Christmas and all, but did you know she actually did not want to record a Christmas album?
No, I did not.
She did not want to record it because at the time, apparently, when they asked her to do a Christmas album, like only older singers who had like fallen off. And
I could see that.
That she was like, I don't want to record no Christmas album. And they were like, no, we really think it'd be good. And she ended up like doing it after pressure or whatever and became an instant classic. And now like she never has to work another day in her life thanks to Christmas. Like,
I know. Wow. Welcome to our friends who are joining us in the chat. We see you over there, Kwani, saying hello to us. This is so fun. Okay. So I did want to know how it all started. this year, when did you put your tree up this year?
Okay, so funny story. My tree didn't come. The better question would be when my tree came
I
down.
I almost said, when did you take the tree down? I almost
Okay,
asked that. I did.
so depending on the year, depends on my husband's like stamina with the tree still being up, right? So like, oh, and I'm a mom that does elf. We do elf on the shelf in our house too. So like
Okay.
the elf even hangs around past the new year. Like my oldest was
Ain't he
like,
supposed to be back at the factory making more toys?
no, she's still hanging out with us till we take the tree down. So she just lives in the tree after Christmas, and well,
Okay.
it's not really. Um, so my oldest was like, it's not fair, really, that she gets to be here for everybody else's birthday but mine, which is really sad because I have birthdays clean till like April in my house. So
Okay.
the tree came down this year in June. It came
For
down.
what? 2
Um,
weeks?
So we were arguing in our house because they were like, Dad, it's about to be Christmas in July. Why are you making us take it down? He was like, no, because your mom is going to want to put it right back up in September. We're taking it down. I was like, it's okay, guys. We can give him a break for a little bit. But September came and like, he started a new job. And so we're still getting used to like the rhythms of like, he's been at it for years. So we're still getting used to the rhythms of this ministry calendar. And it was like end of September. And I was like, I don't feel right. Like something is not gelling. And I was like, I think I need to put lights on the house, like outside. And he was like, how about you just put the tree back up? And I was like, that's it. I'm missing it. I typically like my tree to be up by September. Like I want it up,
Okay.
and it just to say it's not up and like fully decorated with ornaments. It's just up and lit.
Okay.
So like just the glow of the Christmas light, kind of like some people like a fireplace or like a dimly lit candle.
I love all the lights off and the tree plugged in.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And I have a tree. We bought a tree a couple years ago. If you want to buy a tree and you need an artificial one, you wait for Black Friday or the pre-Black Friday, you go to Michael's. We got a like $500 tree for like 70% off. And so it's LED. It has like different light settings and it switches from clear to multicolor.
Okay.
Um, and we got a major deal on it. So the kids love the multicolor. So we'll do multicolor during the day or we'll do like the alternating, but at night it goes clear. And it's just
I was gonna ask, are you a clear or a
I
multicolor?
am make clear. So we have multicolor outside the house this year, which I don't mind because I'm not looking at it all the time. But it just becomes a lot for me with everything else going on in the house.
Mhm.
It's a lot of things. Like, and then because I'm a mom, all the handmade ornaments are on the tree and like things we also do. Anytime our family travels, we try to collect an ornament from where we are.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of eclectic, non-matching things on our tree. So all of that and multicolor lights is just
It's a little much.
it's a
Yeah.
little much sensory for me. I'm like, this just feels like the floor after the kids have played and it's sending me. So like we compromise when the ornaments are up, it's got to stay clear. Or like I'll turn it on multicolor for a little bit, but then we switch back. So it went up this year late, which late to me is like, I think I actually ended up putting it up like the first weekend in October. And I was really sour because I was like, man, everybody else put up their tree now. I don't even feel the way it's supposed to feel. I need to beat the rush putting up my trees. It was like you said, I have a son now. So this year I'm like trying to manage a little bit different. So I was like, man, my bandwidth is off because like I'm normally done my Christmas shopping. I'm not done my Christmas shopping yet. I was like, this is not, I don't like this feeling. It needs to stop. I don't like it. But I'm done my shopping. I'm just not done. Like my mom still needs to pick out stuff. So typically I sit with
Mhm.
her and go through like the things. And so I'm like, but everything's not in my house. So it's like it's making me a little antsy because I'm like, is it gonna get here?
Right.
You need it. It don't need to get here. But it's making me antsy because I'm like, it's
Listen,
not
it's Christmas at your house way past the day. So if the stuff, just tell them it's not Christmas yet.
no,
Christmas
they,
is next
they
Thursday.
they do not mind. They do not mind. Like they know. And it's so funny because like initially, I think my kids were like, "Mom, it's not Christmas anymore." Like that was my oldest, and now they are like fully invested. Like they are singing all the Christmas carols. Like Jovi, which is my 3-year-old, she wears her Christmas T-shirt all year round. Like the letters have fully worn off of this T-shirt my mama bought her last year. Like they gone. Like it used to say most likely to make spirits bright. It just says most likely. Like can't see that. I was like, Mom, I think you need to send her another one for her stocking because she didn't want to breaks off this shirt. And I was like, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Right.
It's life.
course not. She fits right in. She
Oh,
fits
yeah,
right
and
in.
she was my first Christmas baby. Her birthday, we just had her birthday December 6th, so I just feel like it's so fitting, like, "You were my Christmas baby, like, I was
Yeah.
so happy to have you in December." And my son, I mean, he's just, like we said, boy energy. He's just like, "Destroy it all. Take
Yes.
everything off the tree. Rip
Yes.
it to shreds."
Yes.
So
Sharby came over, and we did this. She came over to the house and we went live together. And afterwards, the puppy, she's like, I think he has one of the ornaments from your tree. I'm like,
like,
and sure
I
enough, I walked in and he was like,
he's like, "Oh, you got me, mama."
yes.
Yeah, this year, like I said, we don't put the ornaments on the tree until like when most other people are doing it. So typically we'll do it sometime after Thanksgiving. I try to sometimes do it like the day after when you're on like that Thanksgiving hangover. We will try to like walk. Like during the pandemic, it was awesome because like everybody put up their lights early. So after Thanksgiving dinner, we literally walked off our dinner by walking through the neighborhood and looking at all the lights. Since then, not very many people have them up, so it's not as much to go see, but we do try to put the rest of the ornaments up. But this year, because I was busier than normal, my daughter took it upon herself to like self decorate the tree. So I have like these really cool pipe cleaner ornaments on the tree, and they just made wreaths in homeschool for the tree. We just did snowflakes. So there's part of me that's like, I kind of don't want to pull out the other decorations. Like it's
Mhm.
cool to kind of see them slowly make the tree their own thing. So
Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. They're gonna have so many sweet Christmas memories when they're older. That's so sweet. Okay, so you are doing Elf on the Shelf. You're making
hmm
ornaments.
hmm
What else are you doing with the kids specifically, like this time of year? Are there any spiritual rhythms or things that you all do just this time of year?
Yeah, so we do have a major spiritual rhythm that we do. We have a couple. So before Kevin and I got married and had kids, we had to sit down and kind of have a heart to heart. So if you got kids nearby, I'm gonna just tell you right now, I'm about to have a conversation about the big guy in red. And so
Okay.
um we had a conversation about it. I'll talk in code just in case there's some
Mhm.
mamas listening. So we were having a conversation about this guy because I grew up with it being like a really big deal in my house. He did not. Like he didn't care. His family didn't even really put up a tree. And I was like, let me just tell you right now, this is not meshing for me. Like so he fully meets me in my crazy. Like we found out we were pregnant with our first kid on Christmas Day, and after that I like all the hormones kicked in and I boohoo cried at the thought of him taking the tree down. Like that tree didn't come down the whole year. So he gets it, but we had to sit down and talk about like, okay, what do we really want our kids to take away from this experience? Like there can be some fun. And so what we decided in our house is that we do it. We let kids have fun because I don't know. There was just something sour about a kid that didn't believe. Kind of, I felt like those kids always rained on other kids' parades. And I know there's
Mhm.
some parents out there that don't do that, but I just felt like there's just something magical about believing in something like that. But he asked his mom at like 5, was this a real thing? And she honestly answered him, and he felt betrayed because he felt like he had been lied to. And
Oh,
so we decided that if our kids ever asked, at whatever point they started to get suspicious, that we weren't going to perpetrate a lie. We weren't going to try to get them to keep believing. When it was starting, the veil was starting to move a little bit, that we would take them out by themselves and explain where the tradition came from. And so if you don't know the tradition of him, he actually was a saint. He was a guy who was in Europe. So I know, we all like Black Santa. I'm like, but he really wasn't though. Like he was really like, we wasn't out there. Like we just weren't. He wasn't from Africa. He didn't come from Ghana. But so he actually was very generous, and so he was granted sainthood. And so the church used to celebrate a day to honor him, as well as Christ's mass on 2 different days in December. And over the years they've kind of melded into one, and then traditions like "Twas the Night Before Christmas" kind of made it more of a combined thing. So we decided that whenever they got old enough to ask, and the questions were like, okay, you really honestly want to know, we would ask them if they really wanted to know. We'd take them out and we would invite them into the spirit of the fun for their younger siblings. So far we've done that process with our oldest. Everybody else, really, which is, it's also really funny because she knows about that, but still fully is in with the Elf on the Shelf. I don't. Although Kevin was like, I feel like this is going to be the year she connects it, because she was like, wait, so she goes back and reports to, who is she? And I was like, but I also told her, I was like, there's just a fine line between wanting all the answers to things and just enjoying something for the joy of it. And like, you don't have to have an answer if you still enjoy it. Like, it's okay to enjoy in something that might still be fictional, you know?
Mhm.
So she's still enjoying that part of it, because she was a little sad to find out it wasn't, I
Mhm.
think like we all were, if you weren't an adult when you finally just let it go. And so we decided on that early on. So we had to also talk about traditions we were going to let go. So we don't do stockings in our house. I love them. I think they're beautiful decor. But in our house, we do Christmas boxes, kind of to represent the gifts that were brought to Christ. And so
Mhm.
each of us has a box, but under our tree is a big God box. And so what we do is, the kids do it kind of every day. Gratitude, they put in something that they're thankful for that day. And my husband and I, we keep ours on our phone, but on Christmas Day, before we open any gift, we have to all read the 25 things that we were grateful for that Christ has given us, like, and basically our act of worship to him, for that day. And we all go around and everybody shares their list of things. And so the kids don't do 25. Like, I think Anaya will probably get up to 25 this year. They usually did like 5 or
Mhm.
10 things. And we just made it a practice through Thanksgiving to really kind of hammer home that gratitude. So that's something we do. So if you come to my house, there'll be a big like treasure chest looking thing, and then little treasure chests on my mantle that represent like where you would put your stocking stuffer kind of things. We also do a, um, the names or character traits of Jesus countdown that I made for my kids a while ago. So it goes through, kind of who God is really and why we are so excited about this gift, like what this gift meant to us. So it goes through like he's our helper. He represents love, that, he washed away our sin. It kind of goes through the attributes of who Christ
Mhm.
is. So I just felt like that was a more concrete than just the idea of like, they know the story of Mary and Joseph. I think there are a lot of great things that showcase that. But this was just me trying to hammer home like what the gift actually was to us, like in a personal relationship with Jesus. And we consider this like our bookend celebration. So Easter is just as big. So they have a countdown to Easter too that
Okay.
kind of closes that loop. So, like on Christmas, we celebrate him coming, and that's the Advent season. And then we close that celebration loop in Easter and do a similar countdown, counting to the day of the resurrection. Like, not only did he come, but he also died. And so it's like a journey to the cross. And so, if anybody wants those are free. I made those a while ago. So I'm more than happy to share. But they have like a scripture, a little like kid friendly explanation that you read. And it's just a 2-sided like piece of paper that I use clothespins to hang in front of my mantle every day. And then those are like our really like Jesus focused traditions, but we also have like Christmas books that we read. We try to read a couple times a night. Like, I found a really great version of Twas the Night Before Christmas, but it writes it from the perspective of like Jesus's birth, and it's really beautifully illustrated. So like, we'll read that. We have some other things that are not like, we love the Day the Crayons Quit. So they have a day the Crayons Quit Christmas that we find absolutely hilarious. So like we do stuff like that. And then beyond like, the Christmas, or the Christ focused traditions, I was just actually reflecting. I see Jen's there. I was telling her the other day, I was like, I feel like Christians, we let other people steal this holiday from us on terms of like how hard they go. Like, they're we don't celebrate as hard as we should. Like, this should be our day. Like, if you think of like Muslim holidays or Jewish holidays, like, when their holidays are coming, like they are shutting it down, they're doing all these things. And I feel like we don't get into the celebration of it. And so we have some like traditions and customs that we do every year that aren't necessarily on a set schedule, but they're on our like checklist of things to do. So last year, one of the creators I follow created like a realistic bucket list for Christmas. And I thought this was just gold. Like, it keeps you from
Oh.
feeling like you have to do all the things, but it's like, I mean, it's super simple stuff. Like, one of them was like, have a jam fest to Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You, or make a gingerbread house, or like make some cookies and give them to one of your neighbors. Like, it's a super short, super simple list, but it keeps us with those traditions. And it was a good jumping off place for us last year. And this year, sometimes we're like, we don't really want to do that one. We're going to take that one off our list and kind of revise. But it gives us like a centralized, like, okay, let's pick something from the list to do that. Like, making the snowflakes was one of the things on the list. Like, we had to make paper snowflakes,
I remember making paper snowflakes in school.
I was laughing because I was texting my friend. I was like, girl, I forgot. I'm gonna mess around. I cut this and just have 4 squares. Like, I'm not
Right.
no snowflake. I was like, she was like, just don't cut the corner. And I was like, wait, now it's just really square. It's not looking snowflakey. I'm not getting any of the shape I need. So it was a trial and error, but those are just some of the things we kind of do during this season. But really my focus is on this just being together. Like that's our big thing. We do one other thing. I forgot this Christ focus. We watch it's not okay. It's by the guy who made Veggie Tales, but it's called like Buck Denver's. It's like his Christmas episode. It's like this guy. He pretends that he's like, "What is Christmas?" But he goes through all of the traditions from like the Christmas tree to the guy in red to all the things that we believe and where they came from and how they came to be a part of our Christian celebration. So, like, that's just kind of good, like kid level documentary that I feel like covers a lot of things. So we do that every year too.
This is so good. I'm so glad you have come. Like, this is educational. This is inspirational. This is aspirational. I'm so glad you came on to share. Like, because your love for I mean, Miss Jackie, y'all are neck and neck, but the length of your celebration puts you at number one.
Yeah, she goes way, she does the decor way better than me. Like, I'm like, man, for me to be the Christmas person, my house is not giving the Christmassy that I need fully. But I think I try to lean into more of the coziness and closeness of Christmas. And I'm just not good at decor in general.
Me
Like,
either.
that's just somebody got to come do this for me.
Yeah.
But there are
I'm looking at the showroom. I'm like, I need everything. I need all of that. And I need you to put it exactly like that. That's all I got.
This corner I'm sitting in, a friend of mine gifted me this corner. Like, they came together and they gifted me. Like, and this is where I do all the things on the camera. I was about to do something different. I was like, yeah, no, that just doesn't look as good. But like, yeah, Christmas is my jam. I'm actually like sitting here out the corner of my eye looking. I have a little mini 4-foot tree in my room that acts as like a nightlight. And that's up all year round. Like, don't touch that tree. Like, it just also when I had my babies, this is just random. Like, okay, so I had my babies. I had one in August, one in March, 2 in December. I watched This Christmas for all of them when they were born. Like, This Christmas was on the TV.
Aww.
And for the last 2, I bought my own Christmas tree to the hospital.
Okay.
Like, it's in my pictures, and they would go, "Oh, aren't you festive?" And I was like, "Yeah, I had to come because here I am for several days." And what I'm not going to do is
get the overnight bag and the Christmas tree.
No, for real. Like, that's really what it was. Like, at one point, like, especially with my son, like, we were in and out just when we were going to go into labor. And no joke, like, he was like, the tree is still in the car. We can't get the kids in there because the tree is still in there. Like, but it was mandatory. Like, I needed this to labor properly. The tree needs to be here. Like, it's non-negotiable.
I love how the Lord has used that Christmas and now your love for it to redeem that really hard part of your life.
Yeah.
It's so faithful to do that. That's beautiful.
Yeah. And it becomes like a self-care strategy. Cause like, people are like, oh, Christmas music belongs in a certain area, or like they look at Hallmark movies during a certain time. And I was really excited when Hallmark started dropping them like every Thursday and Friday. I was like, great, I don't have to try to fill up my DVR because I need them all year long. So it just becomes like a very special retreat to me where I can grab my Christmas blanket, turn on my little tree and watch a Christmas movie and kind of retreat back to that time where it's really about togetherness and family. And it can kind of give me a reprieve from the other not so special days of the year. No, I'm just joking, but not so festive days of the year.
I am loving seeing all of our friends in the chat tonight. Thank y'all for joining us for our conversations. Good to see all of y'all here. This is so fun. Okay, Brittany, is there a favorite Christmas song you like to sing?
Yes. I mean, Mariah Carey's a given. I think that's just because my whole family loves that one. But This Christmas is my favorite Christmas song.
Yes.
And like I said I watched the movie This Christmas, but Chris Brown's one I like better than Donnie. I mean, I can scale it down with Donnie. I heard my first country version. It threw me. I was like, oh, it's not, there's a twang in this. I wasn't ready. And then like,
I'm gonna have to look that up. That sounds like good. That sounds like a good time.
Yeah, I was like, and it was like still the R&B vibe, but with the country twang. And I was like, I don't know how to feel about it. I feel a lot, but this is not. It's kind of hitting, but it's not. But
Yeah.
it's
I'm
Christmas.
almost there, but I can't turn
Yeah,
over on it. That's
yeah.
fine. Went to a service yesterday and they did the 12 days of Christmas, but like it was
The
all
pains, the 12 pains.
Jesus related.
Oh, I haven't
I
heard
have
that.
a copy of it. You would probably love it.
Yes, I would love it.
So it's like on the fifth day he gave joy for my soul and like all these things, and I can't remember what
Man,
they
we
all
will
are,
remix
but
the song in the church, won't we? We will take
okay.
the song and make it about our
I'm
Lord and
like,
Savior.
there are people in my life who would really love this. I'm gonna make
Oh
sure you
yeah,
get a copy of it.
Christmas games. Like I'm gonna throw a mean. I got a Christmas party I'm doing tomorrow. Like as we
Oh
speak,
yeah.
I'm I'm like we got to get the games together because it's my time.
Do you prefer a white Christmas or a warm Christmas?
Oh, white. I
White,
don't know why
yes.
the Lord put me here in Texas. It's like, mm-mm.
Oh, because where you're from, it was a white Christmas,
Well, it
probably.
was
Like,
occasionally a white Christmas. Like you at
yeah,
least had the chance for it.
you had
Like
the
it was gonna be
option.
yes, it was gonna be cold at least though. So you had the option that it could possibly snow.
What do you hope the next year holds?
Rest. I
Yeah.
mean, my son will be 1 in a couple of days, so I have 4 kids. I'm tired. I really need a nap. Um, honestly, in wholeness, I think we can all kind of feel this coming out of pandemic. Our life has shifted in ways that we all kind of felt blindsided, and we're still trying to kind of get our footing. It kind of feels like the world keeps shifting ever since. And so I'm hoping to just get into some rhythms that help me to feel grounded, like the way like Christmas is a great time of year to celebrate, but technically it is only a season. I want to kind of be able to carry some of the settledness that I feel during this time of year into other areas of my life. So
That's good. That's good. Um, I love that. That you could carry over the tranquility from this season into the next season.
mhm, mhm.
Kelly is saying that song I was telling you about is called The Gospel 12 Days of Christmas. So I'm
Mm.
gonna make sure you get a copy of it because it
Have
was
you heard the 12 pains of Christmas?
no.
Oh, it's great. It's like them going off about having to ring up the lights, and it's not now they're all
Oh,
blinking. It's hilarious.
oh,
Just treat yourself to the 12 pains of Christmas. It'll let it bless you.
oh, that is so funny. Okay, we have to get to our game. Brittany has, like she said, 4 kids. We can't be on here all night, okay? We got to be expeditious about all of this fun that we're having together. So we're gonna get to our game. But while I bring it up, I want you to tell the ladies about the seated sisterhood.
Oh,
Not
okay,
the
yeah.
ladies. There could be men listening. Bryce may be here.
Yes.
And I'm gonna do it before he reminds me. If you're here for the first time or you're here and you have not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and do that. I'm looking for person number 360 tonight. Okay. Let's get to
Yeah.
360 today.
Yes, subscribe, ring the bell, all that stuff.
All the
So,
things. Okay,
yes.
go ahead. You tell me
So
about that and I'm going to bring up our game.
The Seed of Sisterhood is a community of women that just love to study the Bible and learn about the character of God. Like that's really all it is. But we do that through Bible studies, some events, and really just community kind of kicking it like this. It's kind of centered in that idea of really bringing Jesus and that fellowship back around the table and growing with God together. So, yeah, that's the Seed of Sisterhood. You can follow me. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, all the things. Just I am Brittany J. Turner.
And how do they go to your website to get more information about
Yeah, you
upcoming
can go to my
studies?
website. Website is brittanyjturner.com or any of my handles on all the things. Is I am Brittany J. Turner on Instagram. It's the same on YouTube. So you can find information there.
Okay, thanks for sharing that. Okay. We're doing Christmas game. It's Christmas trivia, Family Feud style. For
Yeah.
you, I picked this question.
Okay.
And this is when I say if your kids are watching, you probably want to tell them
Name
not
a
to
place
your
parents might
personal kids.
hide. Okay.
Name a place parents might hide Christmas presents.
Okay.
So we don't want them to go look for them. So
Okay.
what's your answer?
The garage.
The garage. It's not on here, but that is a good Yeah, that's definitely a place where parents hide
Okay.
presents from.
My next one is it's gonna be the closet,
Yes, that's the number one answer. In the closet.
and then under the bed.
Yes, that's the number two answer.
Okay. The attic.
Yes, that's number five. She's gonna clear the board without y'all helping in the comments.
Um, let's see what else we got, y'all. What else we got? Where else we gonna put them?
It might not be something we have here in Texas.
Oh, the basement.
Yes.
So yeah, that makes sense because that's what I think of when I think of the garage.
I
That's what I
know,
think.
Jen. I was like, don't let your children hear this part.
I was literally fighting my daughter who's like, I want to go ride the bikes. And I'm like, no, they're in the garage. um, what else? Honestly, we have hid them in the car. Like,
Brittany, you are so good. You cleared the board.
yes.
I'm gonna play the music. I don't know if the music comes through, but there you go. You did great.
Thanks.
Yay. Y'all, Bryce is always about the shenanigans. I might have to check these out myself. Bryce, there are no presents here for you, okay? There's nothing in this house.
Your dog ate them. I heard they were.
Amazon just arrived today. The boxes are behind here, so y'all can't see them. They're behind this chair. And maybe I'll wrap them and put them under the tree. I'm not doing this hiding presents thing. You're too old. He's 17. Okay. I don't need to hide presents anymore.
You know, I told my daughter because she like will go look. I was like, I heard a mom say, look, if either you want to be surprised or you don't. Like, I'm not gonna bend. And I was like, that is gold. Why am I
Yes.
bending over backwards to keep a surprise from you that you were trying to find? Like,
Right.
I'm gonna
What
tell
is
you
that?
that in
What
here,
is the tension of like, I want to be, what is that about? Why
like,
do they do
it's
that?
like you want to, and it's like, and then if you go find it, you're still not gonna be able to play with it for a while. So why don't you just let it sit? Like,
Yes.
let me enjoy surprising you. You enjoy being surprised. Like, you don't have that long to wait. Like, it's gonna be okay.
I don't know how old Bryce was. He might have been 3 or 4. I don't know. But Braylon, my oldest son, he found the toy. He found all my Black Friday purchases in the garage closet. Okay. I thought I had a great hiding spot. He went out there and found them. And not only did he find them, but he showed his brothers. And Bryce, being the little innocent angel that he was at the time, he said, Mommy, can I play with that Buzz Lightyear that's in the garage? And I was like, how do you know there's a Buzz Lightyear in the garage? He's like, oh, Braylon showed me. I'm like, why would you do that, Ebenezer Scrooge?
Like, oh my gosh. That is some stuff. Okay, so in contrast, Kevin's mom said she never had to work hard to hide stuff. She said she bought Kevin a piano. Like, not a keyboard, y'all. A like upright piano. Like not the grand, but like just think like an upright boxy shape. She said it was just sitting in her room. And one time he walked in, he walked smooth in, had a full conversation with her, never saw the piano sitting there. Like, never just figured, like, there's a piano in my parents' room. And then, so the next time she came in, he was like, she threw a blanket over it. Like, that was hiding it. And he never noticed it till Christmas. I was like, that is so hilarious considering now, like, he is one of the hardest people in the world to surprise. Like,
oh, wow.
He will just stumble onto a surprise without even trying to look for anything. Like, he tries to avoid finding the surprises so he can be surprised. And
so he can experience it. Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
But she was like, oh, he was just one track. Like, just, I didn't see it. Oh, but thank you. Like, so it's been really fun actually to watch her. If you guys didn't know, my husband is an only child. So I have all the grandbabies on that side.
Oh, okay.
So all of that, it's really cool to watch her. Like, both of my parents too, my mom, and they go really hard on Christmas. Like, Christmas is, like I said, it's just our family's thing. But it's really cool to watch her kind of like shower and shop for her grandbabies and wrap their gifts and their excitement. She's really into it. So it's cool.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you for sharing your love for Christmas with us.
Thank you for having me and let me share. You know, it's cool to be in a place where you're like accepted, because for a while people were like, Brittany, this is really weird. I don't know why. Like, you would get in my car in July. You know, it's funny. The people who rode with me to the retreat were in the car. They know we had Christmas on the playlist. Like,
oh my goodness.
What was that?
And
That was
that was
like,
in October.
yeah, it was October. Like,
Yes.
oh yeah, at that point we were fully in it. Like there's Jackie. Like,
Miss Jackie, she was in your car.
oh
She
yeah,
said,
she was in the car in
yeah.
the room. They knew. They knew that was how it was going down. Like, but yeah, just you know, I just feel like this is one of the few times we get to celebrate our faith out loud, and it's not easily offensive to people. So
Mhm.
just enjoy.
Embrace it. Go in deep.
Go in
Yeah.
deep and go in loud. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm a witness, Kelly.
Kelly was in your car too. Y'all, we've been talking so every night this retreat has been a part of the conversation. So
Yes.
it was a wonderful experience for all of us.
Yeah. Gave me some of the best friends I've had in my adulthood.
No, that's what I said
These are
too.
my people. Like it was, I tell people all the time when I think back on that, like there was some good stuff we got out of the content of that, but the friendships and the community I got out of that trumped that by far. Like
Yeah.
these are my people. So
Yay. Okay, back to momming and lifing and all the
it
things and
is.
Christmas
I'm
and
sure they're waiting on the other side of this door. We're
I
supposed to
know.
do another one of our traditions off their bucket list. But yeah, if anybody wants the realistic bucket list or any of those printables, let me know. I'd be more than happy to share.
Y'all let her know. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you so much for fitting this into your
Absolutely. Thanks so
busy,
much.
busy calendar.
Thank you.
All right. Good night, y'all. We'll see you
Bye.
tomorrow. Oh, let me do this announcement. Tomorrow night, Jen is coming on with me, and we are going to be having a very important and very special conversation about dealing with chronic illness during the
Oh,
holidays and how to support a friend who may be going through chronic illness, our family member, just how to support someone who's going through, who has chronic illness. And Jen has some insights that she's going to share from her personal experience with
yeah.
us. And I would really love for all of you all to join us because you never know who in your life is dealing with this, and you want to be a good support to them. And Jen's going to help us with that. So
Yes.
join us
Awesome.
tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central. We'll be back for our Friday night version of this countdown to Christmas. This is fun. All right. Thank you again, Brittany.
You're welcome. Bye.